Blood of Heroes solo is one of my favorite solos actually of Marty Friedman. Uh, I really like it because it just sounds so badass, I guess you could say. And he rarely uses a wah, but he uses it so well here, and it's quite difficult to nail this solo, not just the notes here, but playing it on the with the wah pedal as well. Stepping on the pedal just right so that you sound like Marty sounds in the record. So the lead guitar begins by imitating the rhythm, which goes. So we start off with. And then you go. Just chromatic stuff within the A pentatonic blues scale. And then that's another thing about this solo, if you want to get it right, you have to, attack the guitar just as Marty does on the record. The vibrato and the attack of your right hand. And then when it comes to the A note, that's when the wah begins. So that's. And I like using an upstroke when playing those notes when I'm repeating the E note. Just gives it a more a loose feel to it. And then it's difficult to instruct the wahing thing, so you're just gonna have to experiment on what works for you. Just know that when you want the note to ring, that you're stepping down on the pedal. So this part. And then. So this is actually the hardest part for me because, bending while playing regular notes. Yeah, that's the part that really, that gives me a hard time. Sometimes I guess I have to resort to almost playing just those notes instead of. But of course, it's much better for you. So, and then. So you're basically playing this A note along with before you slide down to the A here. So and then the next part, it's gonna take a bit of memorization, but starting from this position, you're gonna. What I do is I play with these two fingers first, even though I'm in the A box where I should be playing. I start off with, and then I slide down. And also notice that these notes are the same as this, but I don't know. It adds. I just like how it rings better here on the G string. These two notes. You know, you get to ring it a bit more than if it were here. I'm not sure what Marty does exactly, but it's also nice to hear that sliding sound. See the difference? As opposed to, so it's then go back up here, or and then when you play that third note, there's a sort of delay when you play it. You know, you're adding a bit of drama to it, just like what Morty does on the record. And then before going up, and then, although sometimes I just settle for. Shouldn't make that much of a difference, and it's actually more accurate to play this if you're talking about, you know, playing the same thing as what the rhythm is playing. Although it is power chords, an E major is implied as opposed to an E minor, so it's more accurate to play this note. But what Marty actually does is the G. Shouldn't matter. And then yeah, the difficult part for me isn't so much playing these notes. It's, you know, adding the, you know, the power to striking it. So it's, or I guess you could, but there's no power there, but it's easier. But yeah, this one has more bite. All the while I'm still using the pedal. So when I go, I make sure to step fully on the pedal. And hopefully you could hear sort of a, you know, it's a wild wailing sound. So and then continue stepping on the wah pedal, you know, just moving it like that as you go. I like doing the trill on the high E string as opposed to, because I guess I could do it a bit faster and, you know, it just feels cooler. And with the bonus of when you're done with the trills and then you jump here, as opposed to, you know, there isn't that extra. I like how the slide sounds. So, and then from G you bend up 1/4 before you slide down and play this. Now the timing for playing this, I usually don't get it right. You know, I just do it however feels right at the moment. But it's not necessarily how it's played on the record. I just know that it's towards the end of that line. And then That's when you play. So you play is just use this shape. Then jump up from the 9th fret to the 12th fret. And then for the last part, you also jump a minor third, but you don't play. No, you play. And then, which are all A blues notes. Well, I'm not sure if the G sharp is, but anyway, these are typical notes that you'd find, you know, when playing a blues solo. Before jumping up here to hit that final E note, and you have to pray that, you know, you do it right, and, you know, if you get the high E to sing, the high E note to really sing. Yeah, so, you know, even when you're able to manage to play the individual parts okay, you know, it's a challenge to play the whole thing completely perfect, you know, not just the notes but also the whying. So, and it's something I still work on, which is fine because I'm confident enough in my ability to play the solo. It's just, you know, there are some tiny details that I guess I would need a bit more practice on, especially doing